Battle of Tanks, World War I, the British Army versus the German. In 1917, during World War I, the world witnessed a pivotal battle that led to a significant change in warfare. The Battle of Cambrai. This battle was notable for its large-scale use of tanks by the British Army. It was an attempt to break through German lines using innovative methods. Despite high hopes, the results were mixed. Let us delve into the heroic events that unfolded on the fields of Cambrai, a battle whose echoes still resonate in history books today. By 1917, World War I had devolved into a grueling war of attrition on the Western Front. Trenches, barbed wire, and machine guns rendered any major infantry assault nearly impossible. Soldiers advanced only a few yards before being repelled with brutality. General Julian Byng, commander of the British Third Army, decided it was time to change the game. While tanks had been used before, their deployment was limited and uncoordinated. In the Battle of Cambrai, it was planned to use them in an entirely different manner. Instead of relying solely on intensive artillery bombardment, the British launched a surprise tank attack to break through German defenses swiftly. On the morning of November 20th, 1917, British forces launched a surprise attack on German lines in the Cambrai area. The major surprise was that the British did not precede their attack with the usual heavy artillery bombardment. Instead, they deployed around 476 tanks. These tanks were capable of traversing the treacherous terrain and trenches that impeded regular infantry. In the early hours, the tanks managed to breach several German defensive lines, allowing British forces to advance at an unprecedented speed. The British made significant advances in some areas, penetrating up to 6 kilometers deep, a considerable achievement given the nature of the Western Front. This success was unexpected for the Germans, who had relied on a tightly defended front. However, British tanks managed to smash through barbed wire and cross trenches with relative ease. The British captured several villages and strategic positions in the area. It was a rare moment of triumph in a war that seemed unending. Despite initial successes, the Germans were not idle. German artillery began targeting the advancing tanks, and many were disabled. Many tanks bogged down in the mud or were rendered inoperable by direct fire, which slowed British progress. During this period, numerous acts of heroism were displayed by British soldiers. Tank crews, like Sergeant Ernest Denham, showed immense bravery as they attempted to repair their tanks under continuous enemy fire. Many were willing to sacrifice their lives to maintain the Army's advance. After 10 days of fierce fighting, the Germans launched a major counteroffensive on November 30th. Using their new troops and flexible tactics, they managed to recapture many of the positions they had lost at the start of the battle. The German attack was well coordinated and succeeded in disrupting the British, who were beginning to feel victorious. During this offensive, British commanders demonstrated great courage in trying to organize defenses. Captain Richard Bolton was among those who led their men in defending their positions against the relentless German attacks. Even though they were almost completely surrounded, the British continued to fight fiercely. By early December, the Battle of Cambrai ended with the Germans having regained most of the positions lost at the beginning of the battle. There was no decisive victory for either side, but the battle left a significant impact on modern warfare tactics. The casualties were heavy on both sides, but the most important lesson from the battle was the impact of technology on warfare. Tanks, despite their technical issues and challenges in rough terrain, demonstrated that warfare could be fundamentally changed. The Battle of Cambrai was not a decisive victory, but a significant turning point in World War I. This battle marked the beginning of the widespread use of tanks in future wars, showing that technology could be a decisive factor in military conflicts. Although the Germans managed to regain many positions, the innovation and courage shown by British troops made the Battle of Cambrai a milestone in military history. During the battle, there were numerous moments of individual heroism and dedication from soldiers on both sides. One notable example was Corporal William Henry Hopkins, who displayed extraordinary bravery while attempting to rescue wounded comrades. Despite heavy fire and difficult conditions, Hopkins committed to getting as many wounded out of the battlefield as possible, saving many of his fellow soldiers. Also, Captain John Quillington, an aviator, was one of the standout heroes of that period. Thanks to his critical aerial reports, British forces were able to better coordinate their tanks and infantry on the front lines. Despite his plane coming under heavy fire, Captain Quillington successfully completed his mission and contributed significantly to organizing the British assault. The Battle of Cambrai was not only a test of tank technology, but also a test of implementing new strategies in the battlefield. The British strategy relied on a surprise attack and the use of tanks to breach German lines, which proved effective initially. However, the rapid and effective German resistance altered the course of the battle. Strategic analysis shows that while tanks had a significant impact on the battle, traditional strategies still played a crucial role. The battle highlighted that technology alone was not enough to secure victory. It needed to be effectively integrated with other tactics. The Battle of Cambrai left several important lessons for future wars. One key lesson was the need for integration between technology and tactics. Tanks were a significant step forward, but they were not sufficient alone to achieve victory. The battle showed the importance of coordinating various branches of the army, including infantry, artillery, and air support. Additionally, the battle highlighted the need for preparation and adaptability to changing conditions. Tanks faced significant challenges in rough terrain, necessitating the development of new tactics to handle battlefield conditions. The impact of the Battle of Cambrai on the development of World War I was substantial. The widespread use of tanks led to a re-evaluation of war strategies and influenced the design and development of military equipment in the future. The lessons learned from the battle led to improvements in tank design and military tactics, contributing to significant changes in future conflicts. The Battle of Cambrai greatly influenced military thought in the 20th century. The extensive use of tanks laid the groundwork for developing new tactics in future wars. This shift in military thinking helped shape how wars were planned and fought in subsequent decades. The Battle of Cambrai is not just a story about tanks or military technology. It is a story of courage and innovation. This battle demonstrated that technology could significantly alter the course of warfare. Although it did not lead to a decisive victory for either side, it was a crucial step in the evolution of military strategies. Each soldier involved in the Battle of Cambrai, from leaders to ordinary troops, played a role in shaping the course of the battle and left a mark on history. The battle remains a testament to human ingenuity and resilience in the face of daunting challenges. By understanding the events of the Battle of Cambrai, we see how the lessons learned from that period continue to affect military strategies today. Technological advancements and human courage in the face of adversity show that even in times of war, valuable lessons about cooperation, innovation, and strong will can emerge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive new battle events.